Hey guys, welcome back to the Beatitudes part 5. We're in Matthew chapter 5, verses 7, which says, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy." You see me looking over here is because I have my Bible. All right, guys. So if we want to receive mercy, we have to be willing to give it, right? Like, seriously, we cannot be so caught up with this entitlement. Like, I deserve mercy. The Lord should have mercy upon me. Y'all, remember when you were in sin, and while we were yet sinners, he was willing to die on the cross for us. Jesus did what no one else can do. So what do you think he expects from us? We have to be willing to give people mercy just like Jesus gave us mercy. God gives us mercy, so we should be able to give it out. We are to mirror Christ while we are on this earth. Being a Christian is not just a name, it's an identity. And when we understand that, we got to understand that how he walked is how we should walk. So if he was willing to go out and give grace and mercy, we have to be willing to do the same thing. We have to be willing to give out mercy even when people don't deserve it. And I know that stings some people, but I'm trying to tell you it's real. Okay? Like, we got to be willing to not only forgive, because that's another one. We got to be willing to give mercy just how Jesus was willing to do it. Is it easy? No. But that's when you come before God and ask him, Lord, I have a person that hurt me so deeply, but yet they apologized. They were willing to apologize to me. And or sometimes, sometimes they won't apologize. You should still give them mercy. Because how many of y'all could actually say that y'all truly repented and God still gave you mercy? So we need to still be willing to give mercy whether a person apologizes or not, and say, Lord, this is a hard one for me to give mercy to, but soften my heart that I can be willing to walk as you walked and give mercy. And God will do it. This is why prayer is communication. It's a time spent with the Lord, and the Lord will hear you, because he knows that just shows that you're willing to change and not remain the same person, because he came to make you new. We should be going from faith to faith and glory to glory. We should not be sitting still. We should not be sitting in the same place. We got to be willing to change. And this takes change for you to be willing to not only forgive, but give a person mercy when they hurt you and they don't deserve it. But that's what Jesus is asking. He said, because it says, for then you shall obtain mercy. That means, so if you're not giving mercy, you can't expect it either. It's only fair. We have to be willing to be compassionate just as Jesus was compassionate. When he was here, he wore his heart on his sleeves, and he was just literally giving love to even the people that didn't love him. It was still like, come. He was still willing and welcoming people. So we have to have that compassion and know that mercy is something that we do. It's an action. We have to be willing to give it. Just do it. You got to be willing to just say, you know what? Here. Because you know what? One day, that very person that you choose to have mercy on, one day you're going to do something that you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to. We are in a fallen nature, so we're going to make mistakes, right? Wouldn't you want the mercy? Wouldn't you want that mercy that God gives you? You got it. You got to do it. So like, you have to let your actions speak when you choose to give mercies, because one day you're going to need it. Okay, you're going to want someone to give you mercy. You're going to want God to give you mercy, because you don't know what the next sin that you may commit. You may not may not say ahead of time, oh, I'm going to sin on, next year around this time, I'm going to sin. It's not about that, but we are in a fallen nature, so it can happen. You are going to want God to give you mercy. You are going to want that person even to give you mercy. So we got to be willing to give that out, right? We reap what we sow. You want it, you got to give it. We know that Jesus, as I said before, he was the most merciful, the most giving, and had the greatest heart. That while he was dying on the cross, he literally said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Jesus was willing to forgive, and these are the people that put him on the cross and killed him, So I need you guys to understand that. So when we get to understand how Jesus, how compassionate he was, how merciful, and how much grace he was willing to give, then we can get to the point of, wow, I can't be this person that, oh, I'm going to get them back. God says vengeance is mine. That means you got to let him take it. You want to go to war with someone, the war is not yours. Like, we have to understand that when we become new creations of Christ, that we cannot think, speak, and or act how we used to act. We got to act how Jesus was when he was on this earth. Is it easy? No, but let him guide you. Let him bring you to where you can become how he's called us to be. We have to be willing to forgive, because I'm telling you, we all have been hurt. There's people that has hurt us more than we can even fathom. Imagine how Jesus was on the cross and how where his heart was, where his heart posture was, in such a way that he literally said, while he's on the cross, before dying, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they're doing. Mind you, they are the ones that put him on the cross, spat on him. They did this. They made his body was unrecognizable. And he's still saying they know not what they do. Be willing to give mercy just as you would like to receive it. And when I say that, I want you to really think about you doing something so hurtful that messes you up. You can't even get no sleep. Like, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. You may not have meant it, but it happened. Give mercy ahead of time for the mercy you may need for later on. I hope this bless you guys. Pass it on, share it, and thank you for all my followers and everyone that is on here. Y'all be blessed.